because we got a lot to recap from last night. Hop aboard the phone lines. Let us know how you feel, what you're thinking, and I'm sure you're fired up. Rich.
Hello, Joe.
Hello there, Johnny.
What an unbelievable night.
Yeah, it was great. It was special.
Beaver teeth contain massive amounts of iron. That's why they're so tough. They're like, they can gnaw through so much because they have iron in them, and it makes them orange in color.
Dare I say it? They're like the Phillies. Tough!
Wow.
All right, so look, obviously different tune than yesterday, to say the least. So let me start with where this thing started, which was not with Trey Turner leading off the game. It started with the decision by Rob Thompson to go with Aaron Nola instead of Ranger Suárez. It worked. It worked. Congratulations to Rob Thompson, because this was a decision I wholeheartedly, dramatically, and in a very outspoken way disagreed with, and he got it right. Now, look, it doesn't mean if he had gone to Ranger to start the game, that might not have also worked, because Ranger pitched very, very well, and obviously maybe Ranger would have given you 6 or 7 strong if need be, from 1 to 6 or 7 or 8. But the bottom line is, one of the more scrutinized and criticized decisions in recent Philly sports history by a manager or coach worked. And the basic thing about it was, while Rob Thompson didn't publicly admit it before or after yesterday's game, it's very obvious it really came down to this. Rob Thompson believed in Aaron Nola more for 2 innings than he believed in the 6th, 7th, 8th inning, but let's call it 2 innings, of Kirkering, Robertson, Strom, whomever.
That's exactly correct.
That's the bottom line. He believed in Nola more than the middle relievers. And you know what?
Wise.
And because Aaron Nola answered the bell with 2 clean innings, and the first one was shaky, but because it was 0 and 0 in the first and the second, and then because of how Rangers continued to pitch when he got in there, big props.
Except for the first pitch.
So, yeah, exactly. Big props to Rob Thompson. Man, I disagreed with it, and he nailed it. And he deserves a tremendous amount of credit. And then the hitters did their job, and obviously Ranger did his job. So it's an exciting morning, John. We wake up, we got energy, we got life. Listen, it's still scary as hell, okay? The season could still end today, but it might not. I'm proud of him. John, talk to me.
I saw Sean Payton said something yesterday or the day before. Sean Payton, who just beat us, said there's a fine line between a groove and a rut. Maybe we're in a groove. Maybe our Phillies, maybe it took them getting hit a couple times. It kind of harkens back to Rocky III. The second time Rock is taking on Clubber Lang, and he says, he's not getting killed, he's getting mad. Well, maybe it took a couple serious punches for us to get mad enough to do the right thing. Last night, Yamamoto came after 67 pitches. We saw lots of pitches, comparatively speaking. Yeah. We weren't swinging for the fences every time, and it worked out. Things were better. Of course, it helps a lot when you got Kyle Schwarber hitting a couple dongs, getting back to normal. It helps a lot when you got Bryce with a couple hits himself, but both of those hits were opposite field. Both of those hits were to the left, so he's taken the ball where it wants to go. And whenever this happens, ordinarily the old adage that we always use is, okay, Bryce is heating up. He's going opposite. He's taking it where it wants to go. He's about to go on a tear.
We've seen it.
We have seen it.
Yeah.
The signs are there. The signs are there that this team actually timed it up.
Well, I don't know about that.
A little too close for my taste. But the signs are there that this team could have actually timed it up to where they can play their best baseball right now.
Yeah, here's what I'll say: the signs are there that I'll co-sign.
Or maybe Clayton Kershaw just really, really stinks.
Well, yeah, but their starting pitcher really gave him a not good outing, and he's way better than Clayton Kershaw in the year 2025. Here's what I know, and I knew it yesterday, and I know it today: the Phillies can win this series. The Phillies can win this series. And, they're still, in a tough spot because, they got to win 2 before the other team wins 1 of the remaining, 2 games or 1 game. But the reality is they showed last night that the Phillies are a heck of a club. I was a little frustrated yesterday. Look, I came down on them hard, and part of why I came down on them so hard in the last couple days was because I knew they could play better. We all knew that. I get a little frustrated when I hear people doubt them to the point where it's like, well, they can't, or they
like the 25 calls we got yesterday.
Right. Like
and me.
And you're right, Ray. Like,
yes, good point.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. And there's kind of a bunch of bums and all that stuff. Like, I never believed that. My criticism was I believe in them more. Like that was where my criticism, and I knew they could play better, and I'm proud to see that they did. James, talk to me.
It's amazing how one night can completely and totally turn around your opinion of a team. And it is funny because, we, at least for me, that over the course of the second half of the season, after the trade deadline, the way this team battled and reacted to the Wheeler injury, to the series in New York, all this stuff, like I fell in love with this team again, and I believed in them again. And 2 games, and it's over. And last night reminded me of the team that we saw this year, the team that battled, the team that had good at bats. Ranger freaking Suarez,
I love
man.
him.
He's one of the great playoff pitchers in the history of Philadelphia. The guy now has a 1.28 ERA in the playoffs. He has a .41 ERA in 23 innings on the road. Like, he is a superstar, and he, especially after giving up a first pitch home run and then settle in for 5 shutty from there. Man, that was awesome. And to see, look, they showed fight at the end of game 2, and it was something that we didn't really want to embrace in the moment because they lost in such an annoying way.
Yep.
But they fought at the end of that game, and then they go out to LA with their backs against the wall, go down 1-0, and end up whooping their butts 8-2. Like, we got Sanchez on the hill tonight.
Yep.
We got the pitching advantage. Just win one more game, and we got a shot at game 5 here. And my one hope with that, if it can happen, is maybe the fact that all of a sudden the pressure can shift a little bit to a team that was up 2-0 and is facing elimination there, and maybe that can be something that changes the vibes at Citizens Bank Park, but you got to win tonight.
All right, listen, well, you do have to win tonight, and I co-sign everything you said. And I'll add this, the Ranger thing. I mean, people laughed at me 4 or 5 months ago when I had Ranger in the top 10 of Philly sports. I love the guy. I believe in him, always have, and also, we shouldn't lose sight of the Nola thing. It was only 2 innings. We'll never know what it would have been if he had been asked to go 5 or 6, but he did his job for his 2 innings. He's not complaining about only getting 2 innings, and it does bring into focus the next time he or Ranger comes around, that strategy could be utilized again. Because, again, at a very basic level, it's just Rob Thompson saying, I trust Nola more than Kirk, Green, Strom, and Robertson.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Nola was hitting 95. Maybe it was like he knew he's only pitching 2-3 innings. Yeah. Go max out, buddy.
Absolutely.
And he looked good because of
when
it.
When he hit 95 in the first inning, I thought,
whoa, all right, buddy.
Rhea, what are you thinking here? Talk to us.
I was just, the thing that blew my mind is that you could actually, when Schwarber hit that home run, and you felt awful. They're down 1-0, the home run, and you're thinking, oh no, this guy. It felt like you could see the weight lifted off of their shoulders in the dugout, and it was like, okay, all right, we got this. And by the way, Dave Roberts is a terrible manager. Can I just say this? To leave a future Hall of Fame out there for 2 innings to get destroyed.
Oh, it was awesome.
I mean, I enjoyed it immensely, but I'm thinking, if I'm on that team, my manager, because he almost blew game 2.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say, so I'm torn on that one.
I thought it was fine.
I hear you. The thing in his defense is it does help the Dodgers bullpen for tonight.
Oh, it does.
I think it was a no-brainer of him in that spot.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
I was
look, if his name wasn't Clayton
home.
Kershaw, you're
Correct.
leaving him in,
Correct.
right? Like if his name is Bob Smith and he's just your last guy.
If it's Taijuan Walker, you're leaving
that's
him
who
in.
he was. He wasn't even on their playoff roster for the wild card round. Like, he is their Taijuan Walker. Like, that's the guy for that spot. It's just the fact that it's Kershaw and his potential
so
last
bad.
one.
It was astounding.
With Koufax in the let's go.
Yeah.
Give me more of that,
All
baby.
right, so look, we hope it's not a reprieve that's short-lived. The last time we had one of these in Philly sports was when Tyrese Maxey hit his 37 points in 4 seconds to win a game, and
I forgot about that.
And then the Sixers lost the next game, and then that's it. And we got like a mini reprieve last year, if you remember. It wasn't a game where the Phillies could be eliminated, but the Phillies won a game 2 last year when they were in a hole 1-0, and we felt great, and then they lost the next 2, and then that was it. So I say those things to say this. We don't know where this is going. This may simply be a 1-day or 3-day stay of execution, but they did what they had to do. I was proud as a fan of what they did, And really, here's the way I would break it down. There were primarily three things, that had gone wrong in games 1 and 2. And I'm simplifying this a bit, but I think most people would say these were the three main things in the first two games that went wrong. Rob Thompson's decision-making, the Turner-Schwarber-Harper thing, and the middle relief thing. And the reality is that the middle relief thing didn't really have a chance, or a need, I should say, to be anything last night. It wasn't a factor. I mean, certain guys got in there in the 8th and 9th inning. It kind of didn't matter, if you will. But the first two on the list of what had gone wrong in games 1 and 2 were all A-pluses last night. Rob Thompson's decisions last night, especially the decision, was an A+, and the Turner-Schwarber-Harper thing. And then if you want to add in a few others that joined the parade, like JT and others, guys really delivered. So I'm proud and I'm happy, and I want to hear from you today. 215-592-9494.
Bohm, too. Let's not forget
Absolutely.
about Bohm. The top, not
what
just
a
the
play,
top three,
too.
Top three,
the catch was
and
great.
Bohm.
You're
top
right.
4.
No,
Yes,
I agree with you.
absolutely.
All right, so your reaction to it all, it's a great day.